Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At Forrester Creations, Carter rolls up and Hope tells him Steffi fired her and asks him to get her out of there. He hugs her and they end up kissing. After, Carter smothers at the structure, "You're not getting down with this." In the main office, Taylor recaps that Ridge backed Steffi over. Ridge thinks this is unfortunate for all of them. Steffi says she advised Hope if she went after her hubby, she'd be fired. She brought this on herself. Steffi and Ridge debate if Hope knew what the consequences of her conduct would be. He thinks she sounded shocked. Steffi says that's because no bone S held her responsible ahead. She can't be trusted, and thus does Ant belong at Forrester. Taylor asks, "You agree with that, don't you, Ridge?" At Brook's house, Hope is emotional about being fired and removed from the structure. She was intimately lowered. Carter tells her he got there as presto as he could. He doesn't know what Steffi's thinking, but it's not right. He assures her they'll fix this. Hope isn't sure she wants him to, she's not sure she wants to go back to Forrester Creations. Nothing is going right there. The only suppose going right in her life is him. Carter declares, Steffi won't get down with this. He thinks she's out of control and this is no way to run a business. "I'll fight for you." Hope nods. They're embracing when Brook walks in. Hope tells her, "Steffi fired me." Brook wants to know what happened. Hope says Steffi thinks she was trying to betray Finn, but she misknew the situation. Carter assures her he believes her. In the main office, Ridge asks if Hope tried to explain herself. Steffi sighs that she walked by and saw her in lingerie on top of her hubby. She didn't want it to come to this, but she crossed a line. However, you need to cut them off, if you don't trust someone. Charlie knocks and comes in. He reports that Hope is no longer on the domain and he's taken her prints down off the wall. Her security credentials have been abandoned. Ridge wants to keep it on the down low, but he's not sure that's possible. Charlie leaves, and Steffi tells her father she's not going to change her mind. Taylor warns she doesn't want people taking sides. Steffi says there are no sides. Hope couldn't indeed come up with a reason. Hope was trying to betray my hubby. At Brook's house, Hope tells her mama and Carter that she wasn't coming on to Finn. Brook asks her to explain everything that happened. Hope says she was working alone and allowing about Carter and what they had talked about. She saw the new designs for Brook's bedroom and recalled how they joked about her modeling lingerie for him. He said he's be coming right back. Carter had a meeting at the bank to get to. Hope didn't know that. She went behind the screen, got changed, and heard the door open. Carter muses, "You assumed it was me." Hope called out for the person to lock the door because she'd been staying for them. It was Finn. She was mortified and tripped and fell onto him on the office. That's when Steffi walked by and set up her on top of her hubby. Only they know the verity. Brook says, "But you were wearing lingerie." Hope knows how bad it looks, but Steffi wouldn't indeed let her get a word out. She had put her on notice that if she ever crossed that line with Finn, it would be the end of her and her line. Steffi is going to believe what she wants to believe. "So, she fired me." At Forrester, Steffi can't work with someone who doesn't admire her and her family. Ridge can't understand Hope throwing everything down on a vagrancy. "I don't get it. There are some effects to figure out." Taylor says the decision has been made and he supported her. Ridge says it looks like the decision was particular. Taylor points out that Hope was caught in the act and still played the victim. Ridge says it affects everyone in the company. They'll have to talk to Katie. Taylor scoffs. Hope's Aunt Ridge says they've to keep a position head about this. Steffi feels they'll have to let Carter know that Hope's been terminated. He's bound to give them pushback. At Brook's house, Carter asks Hope if she explained to Steffi what was really going on. She reminds him that they decided to keep their involvement a secret. She wouldn't throw him under the bus, however, it would have been commodity differently, if it wasn't this. Brooke says this is ridiculous. Hope says if Steffi finds out about her and Carter, it would support her ideas about Hope and reflect inadequately on her. She can hear the allegations formerly, that she's just a Logan. She's trying to spare them the judgment. The Forresters cannot find out what they mean to her. Hope wouldn't have the verity come out if it hurts him, and it will. I'm the problem, and I wouldn't let any of this blow back on you. Brooke assures Hope that Ridge wouldn't let this stage. Hope says, only he did. He was standing right there, and he ordered me to leave. At Forrester, Ridge learns Steffi shut down Hope's dispatch and asks what they tell her platoon. Steffi says they'll tell them the verity. Taylor points out Hope's jest. Needed a response. She knows he's upset about Brooke. Ridge says she should hear about this from him. He assures Steffi he supports her. Steffi tells him it's nice to hear that. She knows this will be hard for him, but he has to stay strong. You told Hope to leave. Don't let the Logans manipulate you. Don't let them change your mind. At Brooke's place, she tells Hope that Ridge would no way do that without talking to her. Hope says he did, and they attended her to the elevator in front of her coworkers. Brooke learns Taylor was there too. Hope felt Steffi was deliberately trying to smirch her. Carter says this isn't right. Hope no way allowed. This was happed, she virtually grew up in those services. That counts for commodity. She cries about their benefactions, not indeed meaning. All she can flash back is the cold look on their faces. Brooke snips, all because you tripped and fell into Finn's arms. Hope reiterates that she wants Carter. He declares that Ridge's son has gone too far. They're not getting down with this, okay? I wouldn't let them. Hope's blasting at Forrester Creations deeply affects Carter. He was formerly dissatisfied that the Forresters wouldn't jump on board with his visionary offer. Now, Carter is downright angry and fired up. What will the Forrester Creations principal operating officer do? Stay tuned for the action. Carter met with Eric outside of the office to bandy his big plan for the company as a luxury empire. Eric remains approachable and willing to hear anyone out. Still, Eric's station was clear. After agitating it with Ridge and Steffi, they all agreed that wasn't the direction they wanted to take the company. Eric was veritably proud of Forrester Creations' fiscal solvency. The company had no way been in debt for one day of its actuality. Still, Carter's plan would change that. Eric, Steffi, and Ridge had also intimately concurred that Forrester should remain a family business and not be bounden to stockholders. Alas, Eric baffled Carter's occasion. Unfortunately, he was also absent at Forrester when Steffi dismissed Hope belittlingly. Of course, if he'd been at the office, he presumably wouldn't have been suitable to help it. Carter responded to Hope's textbook and zoomed up in his flashy sports car to deliver her. Hope's emotion snappily faded as Carter planted a passionate kiss on her. As he looked at the Forrester Creations sign in front of the structure, revenge burned in his eyes. Carter wouldn't take this lying down. Fueled by wrathfulness over Ridge and Steffi's treason of Hope and frustrated by their incuriosity to his offer, Carter hatches a plan to shake up the power dynamics at Forrester.